Hey guys, welcome to Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life blog. I am, of course, Janelle, and I have a German Shepherd named Neshoba who is about 5 years old. We live in an 1882 home in Colorado, and we are doing some DIY stuff to the house. Living life, doing gardening stuff, doing recipes and other kind of artsy type projects in this house, and just trying to make it our own in our home in Colorado. So stay tuned for more of our great videos and hit us up with some thumbs up, and we'll see you in a few. Hey guys, welcome back to Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life blog. Today we are making chicken noodle soup because guess what? It is freaking cold outside. It's gonna be negative this weekend. So I figured we would do a chicken noodle soup, maybe make some real egg noodles and put them in there. But this recipe is so easy that anybody could do it. So let's get started. First off, what I usually do is just grab a bag of baby carrots. You can use 2 bags, you can use however many bags you want. But I usually just stick them into my food processor. You don't have to worry about I don't know what I was going to say. You don't have to worry about it all being cooked equally or any of that other thing because we're going to pressure cook the whole entire thing. What you are going to need to do is take your chicken out with your bones and think about sifting your liquid. Just because there might be some extra bones and stuff in there and you don't want to crunch down on anything and break your freaking tooth. Next thing that I'm going to do is about 2 cups of celery. I'm not a big celery fan. And also, I have like about 1 whole clove of garlic, maybe 1.5, maybe 2 garlics. I don't know. I like a lot of garlic. What can I say? And then 1 sweet onion, and I'm sticking this all into the processor. Now, if you have kiddos that don't like a lot of chunks in their soups, this is a great way. Also, this is quick and easy so that they're smaller pieces. That way they all break down evenly. If you would like, you can add some ginger to it. For some weird reason, I didn't put ginger on there. I think I changed my mind where I was going to go for grocery store. That's probably why. But anyway, you put it all down into the food processor, or I'm using the blender because, of course, my food processor bowl is broken, which makes it really, really hard to do anything. So what can I say? I'm being creative until I can afford to buy my own bowl. All right, so that is all ready to go. My pot here, and I got a whole entire chicken that, and it does not matter if it is frozen, guys, because it will all be fine anyway. Do this, I like to add some salt on it. We're gonna add a bunch of rosemary because rosemary and chicken always taste really good. And this rosemary is straight and fresh from my garden in the house. I'm gonna take this chicken and I'm gonna fill it all the way up here with water to the absolutely largest fill line. I'm gonna stick this in the pressure cooker for 2 hours, and then I will have extra bone broth available on the side. I'm also going to wait to put my no, let's put our carrots and stuff in there. You're gonna have to strain it out, and then you're gonna also have to cook your egg noodles too. This will turn the water orange, but you know what? This is a natural soup, and I'm okay with orange. You can even put turmeric, and you can put ginger in here too. So again, we're gonna fill the water up, put this on the pressure cooker for 2 hours, and then we're gonna strain it, and I'll show you that next step. Okay guys, welcome back to Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life Blog. Hey, I'm sorry, I have a hole in my sock. I'm trying not to let it bother me. Oh. Alright guys, welcome back to Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life Blog. And so, we just did our chicken, and it actually ended up simmering on the low heat for about 8 hours or so. I'm just kind of keeping warm all day. And then, sorry, still getting over my cold. Now we have our chicken ready to go. And if we pan down, right there, we have our chicken ready to go. So I have my strainer in one bowl over to my right hand side, and then I have my chicken, of course, right here. We're gonna take out the chicken as much as we can, the whole entire thing, but it's gonna fall apart. I'm gonna just dump it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I have a bowl full of chicken on one side. And then I have another bowl here that we're gonna strain with the liquid. I don't think any of the pieces got in there, so it's probably okay. Like any of the pieces of bone, I think all of them, honestly. Oh, I lied. There is some. Just a couple little pieces. And we would have eaten these right up. Now we're gonna strain the rest of it. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my broth and put it back in. And that's my flavorful broth. I'm gonna take my broth and I'm gonna set it back into the Instapot. I'm going to take the rest of my half of my celery that I had saved from everything, and then I'm also going to take my carrots. And I'm going to cut these into really teeny tiny small pieces. And I don't like a whole bunch of celery because I don't like the taste of it. So I'm not going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of celery, but celery makes it taste good, okay? And you're probably telling me, oh my God, you just wasted a bunch of carrots and celery and onion and stuff like that. I didn't waste it. That's actually the flavor for the broth itself, okay? And that's why I took it out of there, was because we need that flavor from the carrots and the onions and everything. And I really don't want to cause any toothaches or tooth issues by taking that bone out. If you want to leave this stuff in there, you can. That's fine. No big deal. But I had to get my broth. So now that I have my broth, I'm going to start making the vegetable part of my soup, which I'm going to stick this into my broth right now. And my broth is on sear, so it's going to come to a boil. I'm also going to chop up some onions. So I'm gonna put onion in there, okay? If you don't like so much onion, don't put all that in there. You can have that carrot. You can have it. And Shoba's asking if he can have a carrot that fell on the floor. He loves carrots. Oh. The carrots are your favorite, huh? Do you like those carrots? You're such a good boy. Oops. Any of the carrots that fall on the floor are his, so that's fine. You can have all of those carrots. Alright. And like I said, I'm not a big celery person, so celery is going back home. Okay. So as for this is the part that, you know, if you don't like to use your hands and stuff, make sure you wash them. My hands have been washed. Everything's been washed, okay? Then you're probably not going to like this part. You can wear gloves if you would like, okay? That's up to you if you're working with people. I'm not going to because this is mine. It's my food. My food. And I'm going to have another bowl. And if you want to, you can take out the chicken and use this chicken for something else if you want to. That's up to you, but I am going to be using it in my stuff. Of course, don't give cooked bones to dogs. They can only have raw ones. So I am going to also mix broth that is from the store with my own broth to make it taste even more home cooked. So it's kind of like one of those secret things that people don't tell you about. The rest of these are bones, so I'm getting rid of it. So everything looks like the shredded, you know, chicken portions of stuff. Make sure all the bones are out of here when you go through all of it, okay? And we're gonna just dump that in with the broth. I gotta find my broth. So we're gonna let this cook and come to a boil. We're gonna put our chicken in here already. And it's already starting to fill up the pot. If you have to, get a bigger pot, okay? Because we're about ready to put some noodles in there too. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil and get this nice and cooked. I am gonna put the lid on it with the setting off to the open valve so the steam can come out. And I'm gonna throw my bones away in a safe place because the dog can't get it. And then let's go over our noodles, okay? For the noodles, I'm making homemade noodles, okay? The homemade noodles are something to where if you're making homemade noodles, you're going to want to boil them first for a few minutes because you're gonna want to try to get off all of the flour off of there. It doesn't matter if they're gluten-free or not. If you guys have egg noodles that you like to use, just go ahead and throw them in there right now and maybe put it on pressure cook for like an hour or two and then they'll probably be nice and cooked. But the reason why I am doing that is because I don't want to make a thick broth, okay? So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and boil my noodles, set them aside, rinse them off, and then put them into the broth after that one is cooked. So if you want to see my noodle recipe, you can go and look back on my noodle recipe, and you can get my egg noodle recipe. So I'm going to show you the boiling water part of things so that you know what to do with that. But I'm not going to make the egg noodles in this recipe or in this video. So I will link it into the description above when I show you that, okay? And then we'll just show you the boiling of the noodles part, okay? So stay tuned for that. So we almost have our water all the way full and boiling. It's still steamy right now. Probably be better if I did this. Oh, that's perfect. Just gonna stick them in there. So you know they're done when they are floating to the top and they're slimy on top. I'm going to take these guys and lots of buckets full, and I'm going to put them into my chicken noodle soup like that. I love these metal strainers. They're my favorite thing in the world. They work so good with so many things. I highly recommend just to go get yourself some. I don't even remember where I got them. I have no clue. No clue at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more broth on the top, as far as I can go. These are all nice and good and cooked. And just to make sure that it's all nice and cooked, I am going to stick my lid back on. And I'm gonna slow cook this the rest of the way for a few more hours, just on a nice slow cook, because I wanna make sure that they're nice and tender and ready to go for my taste. And I'll show you what it looks like at the end of everything, okay? So then you can see what the progression looks like and how yummy that soup looks. Okay, so stay tuned for another couple seconds and we'll get you what that bowl looks like. All right, guys, so I added a couple little things like some Italian parsley in my soup to make it look really good. Here it looks like. It looks so freaking yummy. You can see all the wonderful, lovely noodles in it, and I'm going to enjoy this a whole heck of a lot. It is freaking cold outside. And it tastes so good. Nothing like homemade chicken noodle soup to get you feeling back together again. I hope you guys inspire to do something wonderful in your life, no matter what it is, and inspire other people to do something wonderful in theirs. And we'll see you next time on Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life blog. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And please subscribe to the videos so that we can make more content. See you next time on Aspire the Simple Life, Janelle's Life vlog. So good.